everyone, happy Monday night and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live. My name is Anne Granger and I'm an independent demonstrator in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada, and I'm excited to be with you tonight. Welcome to my happy space, aka my stamp room. You will find me in here majority of the days, especially when it's hot and humid, and especially when I just need to step away from life and put on some music and craft. This is where you will find me. Popping on just a few minutes after 7, so Facebook can let you go on live, and that gives me a chance to check my settings and make sure that everything looks great. I hope you've had a great day. Was a beautiful day here in Southwestern Ontario. It is actually like only 23 degrees. It's not hot. It's not humid. It is just lovely. This is my kind of weather, like maybe just a little like 2021, but I'm excited that I actually got to open the windows this morning, like even just the front door, just that little bit of fresh air just feels so nice. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, I hope you've had a great day and a great start to your week. This week, I'm excited to bring some new product to you that was just released in our July online exclusive. And I have to tell you, when I saw this product back in I think we saw it in May, I was like, what? Actually, I think we saw it on stage and I was like, what? I don't need that. Why would I want that? I don't need those in my life. Well, guess what? I started seeing some beautiful projects done with it and I was like, okay, maybe I should just try this out. And I had a great excuse because yesterday was my team meeting. So I am the leader of the Stamp to Create team here in Canada. And I was like, I was talking about the new online exclusives. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to show this suite. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to show it. We're going to do make and takes with it. And I think I convinced most of the team that they needed it because all I kept hearing was, I didn't think I needed this set. Now I do. Oh my gosh, this paper is stunning. So if you're like me and you're sitting on the fence, maybe this week after seeing all these projects and seeing what you see online might change your mind. But it might also be a good incentive because Stampin' Up! Just announced on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the 23rd to the 25th, free shipping. Yes, so here in Canada, free shipping on all orders over 100, minimum 100. So that might just be a great way to add this product to your shopping cart. All right, let me move my laptop and let me just get situated here. As I said, I hope you've had a great day. I did forget to grab something, but I'm excited. So I was just talking to my daughter. She FaceTimed me, so I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go. I'm so sorry. She FaceTimes, I like to chat with her. All right, I'm still working on this chocolate, but it's definitely getting lower and lower. I've been crafting with my friends, so I feel like sometimes when they're here, we definitely get to eat. The chocolate goes down a lot faster. All right, so let me show you what we're working with this week. It is called the Perfectly Pears Bundle, and I'm showcasing it with the Painterly Pears Designer Series paper. That's a mouthful, say that 10 times. And both of these items are part of the Painterly Pears Suite. So this suite was just released in the July online exclusives, which just means it's available online. It's available if you order in person. It just means that Stampin' Up! Brings things online. Think about like you're going to your favorite store. You have like a certain size in mind, a certain color. You go to that store, you say the sales lady or salesperson, hey, I want this pair of pants in this color, in this size. And they're like, oh, we're sorry, we were out of your size, but we have a lot more online. If you go order online, it'll ship right to your door. And guess what? You can choose that color and that size in multiple colors. So think of Stampin' Up! Like that. They can't put everything in their catalog. Our catalog would be this thick. So that's why we host things online. So let me show you the Perfectly Pears stamp set. And as I thought, I don't really need a pear set in my life. But guess what? This pear set, whoever designed this was key on with the colors. Oh my gosh, they are absolutely gorgeous. I have some fun facts to share with you. I have some color combinations to share with you. And I'm going to be sharing that all this week. So this week, You're gonna wanna set your alarm. So if you're watching today, which is Monday, July 21st, first of all, wait, how did we get to the third week of July? I've been on holidays for 3 weeks and it's just going like that. I don't even wanna say that word, but it's gonna be like around the corner soon. And I was shopping on the weekend at my favorite store. Here in Canada, it's HomeSense. I think it's Home Goods in the US. Oh my gosh, they have Halloween stuff out and fall stuff. I was like, that's crazy. We're still in mid-July. But anyways, so if you're watching, today is Monday, July 21st. If you see the red live button, it means you're watching me live. And if not, you're probably watching it on the replay. And you might have found it over on YouTube or on my blog. So I will be showcasing 3 Facebook Lives this week, and I'll be showcasing this product all week long. So tonight we're going to be making a scrapbook page, and then Tuesday and Wednesday we'll be creating some cards. So I wanted to show you how versatility this set is, that you can use it for multiple projects. All right, let's get started. Before I do that, please like, comment, and share my video. We want more people crafting. We want more people in this amazing community. It's like the best thing. I love my Stampin' Up! Community. It lifts me up. It fills my heart. You know, I had my team meeting yesterday and they left. I just sat there with a smile on my face the rest of the night because I just love spending time with them. And I love sharing my creativity. So I think that's maybe the teacher in me. All right, so let's flip the camera. I'm going to show you the Painterly Pears Suite and all the stuff you can get in it. I have some fun facts, I have some other things to show you, and then we're going to dive into our scrapbook page. We're making a single scrapbook page tonight, and I actually designed it from a sketch, so I'm going to show you that sketch. And I think I'm going to use it for a page with my friends, because usually I'm the one behind the camera. I'm not usually the one in the scrapbook pages, and I think that will be a great one to share. So let's flip the camera. I had to close my blinds today because that sun tonight is blaring. All right, so I really want to have you guys see more of my page. So I'm going to pull you up a little bit more and hopefully that will work. So we'll keep an eye on it. If you're here, let me know what you can see of the screen. I think that looks good. If I'm straight, please tell me all that information because I don't want to be crooked and I don't want to have to move you guys around. Okay, so as I said, this week we are using the Perfectly Pears Bundle. So this is the stamp set. It is a photo polymer stamp set, which is meant for 2-step stamping. And I told you it comes with dies. So here are the dies. The neat thing about these dies is the big one will cut out these 2 pairs. This one will cut out this pair. This will cut out your flowers. Okay, I was working with this yesterday and I was like, what are these? But I figured those are the inside of the flowers. And then you've got one to cut out your leaves. And then these are extra. So you have 2 labels that you can use for your greetings. So this little one would fit the little ones, and then the bigger ones. The only one that doesn't really fit is the good friend is a gift. You have leaves. I love this hashtag mark thing. It was really cool. I'm going to show you how to use that tonight. But some really neat ways. Now the neat thing about this, let me just pull this in, is it also cuts out our designer series paper. So one of the patterns is Stampin' Up! Actually has pairs that you can cut out. So you can see that the little one right there will cut out those pairs. And then this one here will cut out the leaves. So that's nice too, right? So multiple options. And then I was sitting here yesterday when I was working on my page and I was like, I wonder if this die would cut out these flowers, and guess what? It does. So you have lots of options, and then this one cuts out your pairs. And as you can see, their pairs are different shades, so that's kind of cool. All right, so let's show you the rest of the products in this suite. So you have the stamp set and die, so we're gonna put those over to the side. You have this paper is stunning. This was what sold me on this suite. And it was, this paper is absolutely gorgeous. This pattern here, And this is probably like my favorite. I could have a whole pack of just this pattern and I would be content. Like, it is gorgeous. But I love the different colors in it, and it's really, really nice. So the colors are Basic Beige, Darling Duck, Mossy Mellow, Old Olive, Petal Pink, and Secret Sea. And I'll hold that up there in case you want to write down that number, in case you're like, whoa, that paper is stunning, I need to order it. Trust me, you're going to want to add a couple packs of this paper because it's so beautiful. It is 12 by 12. So it is really, really nice paper. All right, so that, and then in this suite is this gorgeous Mossy Mellow and Gold, look at it, sparkly ribbon. And the neat thing about this is that the one side is Mossy Mellow, and then you flip it over and it's gold, which is really, really nice. I think this ribbon would be beautiful for Christmas projects. So hint, hint, you might want to add a few extra rolls to your order so that you could use it for Christmas. The width on this one is, what is it? Does it say? Mossy Mellow, it is a 1/4 inch, so a 1/4 inch width, which is pretty good. All right. Also in this suite is the low profile dots, which are really nice. So you have Darling Duck, I believe this is Garden Green, and then this is Secret Sea. Isn't that a pretty color combination? That's the colors we're going to be using tonight. Not this, yeah, so it's Mossy Mellow, Secret Sea, and Darling Duck. And Darling Duck and Secret Sea are our new 2025 in colors. So they'll be around till 2027. So those are the new profile dots. So let's leave those out. All right. So fun facts. When I was working on my presentation for my team meeting yesterday, because at my team meeting, I showed them the product. I showed them this product, and then we did some make and takes around it. But I had to tell them that a fun fact. So I looked up like how many kinds of pears are there. Oh my gosh, fun fact, there's 3,000 kinds of pears in the world, and most of the varieties come from 3 different countries, which blew my mind, and that there's 5 types of pears here in Canada that we really, really enjoy. So I was like, that's crazy, that's fun fact. So as I was looking online for some inspiration for pears, I came across, I was like, ooh, I wonder how we can make some different pear colors. I saw another demonstrator do something similar, and I was like, oh, I really like that idea. So I just kind of played around with colors. So my first row here, the base is all Daffodil Delight. So I did Daffodil Delight with Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to show you how I did this in a minute. Then I stamped Daffodil and Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil and Peach Pie, and Daffodil and Strawberry Slush. I really, really liked this one. And on these, I either used a sponge dauber or a marker, or I did the rock and roll technique. So the second row, my base is, I stamped the pear in Darling Duck, and then I highlighted it again. So you can see these are the same Flirty Flamingo, but how different they look. This looks more greenish, like that Darling Duck has a little yellowish greenish tone. Darling Duck and Pumpkin Pie, Darling Duck and Peach Pie, Darling Duck and Strawberry Slush. And then I know you can buy green pears. So I stamped it in Old Olive, and I rocked the stamp in Mossy Mellow, and that's the color I got. I did the exact same. I stamped in Rio Red and rocked the stamp pad in Cherry Cobbler, and I got that. This one was Darling Duck in Old Olive. I just added a little bit more, but look at, like, it actually looks orange. The way I did a little bit of the shading and blending, it just looked like the pear looks like orange. And then I did Darling Duck in Granny Apple Green. So just really interesting how those different colors blended to give you, like, you think I used an orange on here, but I really, really didn't. So let me show you how I did that. So I'm going to ink up the pear just because I want to show you the options that you can do with this set. And then we'll dive into the scrapbook page. So there is my pear set, and I'm going to stamp it in Darling Duck. Darling Duck is one of our new in colors, so this color will be around till 2027. All right, so I've stamped it in Darling Duck, so let's go ahead and put this away. And I'm going to bring in Old Olive, and I have a sponge dabber, and I'm actually just going to bring in a piece of paper here because I don't want to get them. I could do it on here, but then I have to go wipe it off. Okay, so I have my Old Olive ink pad, and I have a sponge dabber, and I label my sponge dabbers, just a little tip, so I know what I'm using, and then I can reuse it. Now, if I was to just go like this and dab, I'm going to get this mark here. We don't want that. We want to blend it and swirl it around. And then what I did was I just went along the edge of my, and you can do a little bit in the middle. You're going to give the ink a little bit of a huff, so you're just going to blow on it, and then you're going to stamp it down. Give it a nice there. And when you stamp it, you get that different multicolored pear, and then you could just cut that out. You could use it how you want, but that just shows you how you can get a multicolored pear in your project. All right, so let's dive into our scrapbook page. I'm excited. So when I was looking for some inspiration, I was looking for a sketch, and I found this sketch, and I really, really liked it. So my sketch, I thought this would be, so like sometimes when I like look at a sketch, I'll visualize what I hope my project will look like in real life. So I was like, okay, I see banners, I see these cute little things here, like little tabs. I could put like 6 pictures here, 3x4. I could use like maybe DSP and some like journaling box, and I saw the title and I was like, oh. And then the Perfectly Pear actually says a good friend is a gift, and it has friends. So I was like, you know what? I think that's great. I'm gonna use this for a page to create with my friends, with me and my friends. I thought maybe it could be something we, like on stage, you know, just figuring some of those. Which I do have to go get paper for my printer, and that's my goal this week, so I can start printing pictures. So anyways, this is the layout that we are going to use. I'm going to reference it a few times so I'll bring it back in. Now, I have done a lot of the die cutting just to save us time, because otherwise we would be here till midnight. I am using the Secret C two-tone cardstock. As you can tell, I'm not sure if it picks it up on the video. One side is light and one side is dark. We are going to use the dark side of the Secret C. I have a piece of the Darling Duck, and it is 8.5 by 11. And we're going to put that down right here. All right. Actually, I'm just going to put this way. And I will upload this video to YouTube. It will be up on my blog tomorrow and on YouTube. And so you can just sit back and watch, and then I will show you all the pieces and stuff you need. I will give you all the measurements so that if you like this layout and you want to recreate it, you can go back and recreate it. Now, remember, I'm showing you a sketch. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use it the exact same way I'm using it. You could use this sketch for Christmas. You could use this sketch for a picnic. You could use this sketch for travel. You could use the sketches however you want. All right, so I have that. I have 2 pieces of the paper, and my goal when I did these was that I wanted to be able to fit 3 3x4 photos. So I did a little like figuring out, I actually cut out 3x4 pieces and laid them down so that I knew I had enough space. I have 2 of these pieces. I just thought this was a really pretty pattern. So we're going to lay one here and one like this. So it's just, and I want a little bit of that yellow showing. So I'm actually going to glue down my yellow because I know I'm happy with that. I finally remembered to order adhesives, so I will be happy when my adhesives come back in to my tape runner. I do like the glue, but I'm definitely a tape runner kind of girl. All right. Okay, so let's just make sure, oops, that we're good. I don't measure, I just eyeball it. Like, honestly, it's just what I do. Okay, so as I bring back in our sample, our sketch, you will see that I have 2 strips and then I have 6 spots for photos. So I have these, and this is what we're going to use. So let's go ahead and put this one down. Now, I'm not going to put glue all the way at the top, and I'll show you why, because we're going to put some little labels up there. So this one is going to go down, if I can pick it up. And I wanted to show not so much of the yellow at the top, but I want to show the yellow down here. So we're just going to lay that down. And then we're going to do this here. Now, before I do that, I'm actually going to put my pictures down. So I have cut photo mats, and my photo mats are Secret C, and they're 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, which is going to fit a perfect picture of a 3 by 4. So I spaced it so that I could have 3 in my photo mats. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put those down because I am happy with where they are sitting. As I said, this is Secret C. This is one of those new in colors. If you have not tried Secret C, I highly, highly would recommend. It's one of my top favorite colors, probably all times. I love it that it's paired with so many different colors. It's definitely lighter than basic black, but more darker than night and navy. So if it's kind of in between those two, if you were to like look at it. All right, so we have those down. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue. So now I'm actually not going to put glue on this side. So I'm just gonna like hold on here. I'm gonna lay this down here like this because I want it to be like on an angle and I want a little bit shown. But I want to be able to put something here. So I'm just going to like kind of put my hand so I know not to put glue there. And this is where like a tape runner would definitely help because you could, you have that free range of pulling it up. Okay, we're gonna put that there like that. Once again, I have 3 photo mats. So as I said, you could put 6 3 by 4 photos in here, or you can use it, and I'm going to show you what I did. I'm actually going to put 4 photos, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with the other 2 squares. Okay. Just putting some glue down. All right, so there is the basic. So if I bring back in our layout, we can see we're kind of getting like, we're working on this area right here right now. If you've been following me in my Monday Night Lives, you know that I use the glass mat a lot. And then with the glass mat comes this like little silicone sheet. So I've actually been using my die cuts and stuff in here for when we create. It just makes things so easy. So I have 2 Old Olive banners that I cut using the stylish shape dies. I used this die right here. So just like I said, to save us time, I'm going to put those down, and I'm actually going to put one a little longer than the other. So let's just go ahead and put some glue down. So I'm actually going to put one like a little farther in, and then my other one is going to go a little not as close. I mean, not as close, but I mean not as like, so it's a little dent in. All right, we're going to flip that over and we're going to cut that. So let me get my scissors. Okay, so there's our So you can see we're bringing in that element over here that looks like our flag. So there. So now we're going to go back over here and work. I have, oh, you know what I wanted to do? And I want to do that before I forget. So let's, in the stamp itself is this little one here. And I'm actually going to stamp it in darling ducking. Oh my gosh, darling duckling. Who thinks of these names? And I'm actually going to just kind of add some like little like splots. Just kind of randomly, just kind of there. Okay. I wrote myself a note. I kind of laid out my layout yesterday, took a picture, and then I was like, oh right, I need to write myself a note because I would forget to do it. So I'm so glad I did because I literally just saw the note that said, add speckles to your paper. So I'll bring that up so you can see it. As you can see, it just adds those little specks, right? Okay. All right, so I have brought in the paper. As I said to you, this is the pattern that I love the most. I literally could have a full pack of this paper and I would be in heaven. I love, love, love the colors in it. It is a stunning piece of designer series paper. All right, so let's go put down this. And I'm gonna put that right there. So my goal is to put 3 photos in that. I also wanted to show you another new item that was released in our July online exclusive. And it is a bundle called Just a Note. I actually borrowed this from my team, my good friend Katie. She had got it and I was like, oh, can you bring it? And then I was like, can I borrow it? But I definitely will be adding this to my list. So the neat thing about this is it has this stamp. So it says, you've got this, best ever, just a note, happy back to school. Okay, we don't want to see that one because we're not ready to do that yet. But it has this really neat journaling line. So what I love are the dies. The dies are like a must in your collection. Look how fun these dies are. You have paper clips, you have like a little tab, you have like a binder clip, you have a heart, you have like, you know, another binder clip, you've got arrows, and then you've got this die right here. This is the die that is gold, okay? This is why you're going to want this die, especially if you are a scrapbooker. You know what? I'm actually going to show you, let me grab my, let me grab some paper and my cutter and I'll show you this die because it is truly a die you're going to want. All right, I'll be good enough here. So I'm bringing in our baby box. So this is our mini Stampin' Cut. This is the boho blue. Let me just make sure this fits. Okay, so here is the die. Here is your paper. So we're just gonna put this in. Oops. Maybe we'll start the back here a little bit. All right. We're gonna roll it. Oh, I just moved it here. Moved my mat. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. So let's take this out and show you. Oh, I just need to, must have been, just need to trim it here for a minute. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put that back. So what it creates is this like little note thing for creating like journaling card. I loved it. So when I was sitting here yesterday creating, I was like, wait, how is this going to work for what I wanted to do? Because A, the lines go like up and down. So they're meant to go like this on your stamp. And I was like, okay, well, how's that going to work? I need to figure it out because my page was going this way. So I recut, I stamped it first and I was like, well, no, that's not going to work. So then I re-stamped it and I actually just stamped like this. So I'll show you what the outcome looks like. But as I said, so this is called Just a Note Bundle. Look how cute this little paper clip is. Isn't that cute? So cute. I think this is such a fun set. So definitely add this one to your list. If you're thinking you like, I think it would be great if you're a scrapbooker, even a card maker. I think it's super cute. It's just one of those fun dies that you definitely want to have. Okay, so let me put those in my bin and I'll bring it in. So here is what I did. I used so I cut out the die, and as I said, the stamp lines should have gone this way, but I actually turned it and just stamped it a little bit. So now we're gonna bring it in, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tuck it into this little space here, and that's where I'm going to journal my feelings about the day. I'm going to talk about the pictures. I'm going to talk about like who was in my pictures, and my glue is not coming out. The who, what, where, and when, because I will know who they are, but in 20 years, someone might not know who they are. So just tucking it in, so there. So now my picture, like my scrapbook layout, has a spot for journaling. I threw in those little pear colors, and then I have 4 pictures that I could put of me and my friends with a 3x4. All right, so yeah, as you can see, we're building our layout. We've got like the arrows, we've got the elements. Now we're gonna work on our titles and then these little like elements here. So I have cut out already a bunch of things just because I said it would save us time. So I have these little tags right here. I cut those out from the Just a Note dies. So let me show you. This is the die that I used right here to create these little tabs. Aren't they cute? Now, I'm going to stamp friend on one. So let's just grab that. I'm using Secret C, and I'm going to use, actually I think I'm going to do hello friend. Okay, I just need to bring this closer so I can see, because I can't see that far. So there's the word friend. And let's stamp the word hello, because I think that would be super cute. We're going to stamp hello on the other one. Okay, and I got to bring it closer just so I can see. So I'm using that Secret C ink, which is, honestly, it's my go-to black. If I'm not coloring, it's really my go-to black. And it's a really, really nice color. Okay, let's pull that in. And what we're going to do is we're just going to tuck this in here. So let's put a little bit of glue. I don't want to squeeze my glue and it come out too fast. There we go. All right, so we're going to tuck friend up here, just like that. And we're going to tuck hello friend down here in the corner. And we're just going to tuck it down here so it says hello friend. We can see that. I die cut out that hashtag already, which I thought was super cute, and we're going to put this down here. Now, you know, if I was thinking, I would have used the adhesive sheets, but that's okay. We're just going to add some little dots. Try not to put too much glue on. Okay, so we're just going to put that down there. It's a little hashtag. Okay. And then I have the word friends, and as I looked at this color, this paper, I saw a little bit of strawberry slush. Now, strawberry slush is not listed on the colors, but I definitely saw, like, in some of the patterns that there was just a little bit of the strawberry slush. So, if you follow me, you know that one of my favorite dies is the mini alphabet. I love that you can cut one big sheet of dies and then you have all those die letters. And I've showed you many times in my Facebook Lives, I use a muffin tin and I sort them by like A, B, C, and I do them and it fits all the muffin tins perfectly. And then I love it because when I go to create a letter, words, I just go look through there. I haven't really had to create many like cut out new words because I have the colors. Okay, so we're gonna do friends, and I've always shared with you that you should lay your words out first before you put everything down, just to make sure. And you know what, I actually need to move this down a little bit here because I don't think my friends is going to fit. I think I put my, okay, here. This is why you space out. Might have to put a little bit. Friends. Oh, I might have to reposition here. Sorry, just bear with me here for a minute. I'm trying to get, I think I had this over when I had it out, planned it out yesterday. Oh, the sun is like right in my eyes. I had more room for my letters and I just want to make sure I get, let's see, maybe we can go down here. Or I might just, give me a minute. Okay, give me a minute to think about this. Okay, I'll bring those back in. I want to put my things down so I know that I have enough room. All right, so I've already gone ahead and die cut out our pears. As I showed you at the beginning of this video, I used the dies in the designer series paper to cut those out. I want to put this down just so I know I have enough room for what I'm doing. So we're going to put one pear here. I wonder if I can, oh yeah, maybe I might move this down a bit. I think that's what I'm going to do. Hold on. Reconstruct. We're going to put friends down a little bit more and hope that I can get F-R-I. Oh, pear stuck to my hands. E. You know what? I wonder if actually I'm going to go backwards. S. D. And just really gonna push those letters together. E. R. No, okay. Maybe I'll just move them down here a bit more. R-I. I'm just gonna have to put it up. Yep, we're just gonna, you know what, we're gonna put some letters off. That's okay. I'm trying to, I don't know, maybe I'll do this. I'll go down. I'm just trying to play around with it. I could do my title down. All right, we might not put titles on. Just give me a minute to think what I want to do. I actually put this over. I should have had it a little bit over, a little bit more, and my words would have fit for sure. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more glue on my thing here. My hashtag, just to put down. Okay, let's just put that down there. All right, I'm gonna pop my pear up. Look how cute that looks, isn't that cute? I have another pear we're gonna pop up here. You know what, I might not put a title because I did hello friend. We're gonna put this one up here. I'm just gonna move this up here while I think about what I wanna do there. And then, so I cut both of those out. I have this pear that I cut out from the designer series paper. And I also shared with you at the beginning that it cuts out the big pear and the leaves. So we're gonna go ahead and put that down. I would love to know, do you think I should add my title? Maybe I should keep it off. So there's my pear, and I'm gonna pop my pear. I'm gonna move this over here so I can figure out what I want to do. I'm gonna pop my pear down here. In the corner, so just like that. And then I've already tied a little linen thread bow. If you know me, I love my linen thread. I just think it adds that little element of nature or rustic to it. And we're going to put that right here. Okay, so there is my page. Now I need to decide if I wanted to do the letters. I actually was playing around with the flowers. I was thinking of putting flowers where I put my pears, but then I was like, no, I really like the pear option. So that is what I put, just so I have those for something else. Now, you know what? I might not do a title because it says hello friend. I think I like that better. I might leave my title off. My title, when I had the page in my head, this was just, I'll shift it over a little bit that my word friend sat in the yellow. But you know what? I kind of like it the way it is. It's funny how sometimes you think of the way you're going to do it and then it turns out. And I don't like how it doesn't fit. I could do friend, but you know what? I'm going to leave it off. I like it just the way it is. And I think that's, if I want to add, I can write friends here. I can definitely do something. All right, so there is, let's just bring in my sketch to show you. So there is the sketch that we used for tonight. And then here is the layout that we created. I hope you liked my layout. I would love to hear your feedback. Have I inspired you to maybe give this bundle a try? As I said, that paper is stunning, like absolutely stunning. I cannot wait to add the pictures of my friends here. I have so many, especially when we went to onstage. I think it would be a great, it was kind of like springish they down there. So I think that will be a great way to document my trip with my friends. So I would love to know what you think. Please leave a comment or give me a like or heart and let me know if this is how you enjoyed this layout, and if I've inspired you to look at the pears in a different way. I think hopefully that after the weekend, like after I show you the rest of the projects, you will be inspired to put it in your shopping cart. All right, so let's do a quick recap. In case you're strolling and you just found me, we used the oh my gosh, the Perfectly Pear Bundle and the stunning Painterly Pear Designer Series paper. This paper is part of, these two products are part of the Painterly Pears Suite. And make sure to watch the replay because I did share all the products that are in it at the beginning. Tonight we created a sketch from a template using these products. And tomorrow, so July 22nd and 23rd, I'm going to show you 2 cards using these products. So you'll get to see some different cards and I have some samples to share with you. I will upload this video to my blog and YouTube. It will be up tomorrow. And just a reminder, it was like just announced like a few hours ago, like it's hot off the press that Stampin' Up! Is doing a free shipping sale. So July 23rd, 24th, and 25th here in Canada, anything over 100, you will qualify for free shipping. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you love the page as much as I love the page. I really, really, truly love the colors. And I cannot wait to put my pictures on it. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Set your alarms for 11 a.m. Eastern time. I will be showing you a card. I forget which one I was doing. A card or I think it's, well, there's 2 cards. One card is from a sketch and one card uses mystery pieces, but I can't remember which one I'm doing tomorrow. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great, put your feet up, watch some TV, maybe go in your craft room and craft for a little bit. Whatever you're doing, I hope it puts a smile on your face. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.